Hello, my name is Kimberly. Everyone at one point or another has been given opportunities to make good and bad decisions. Evil looks different for everyone, and most time evil is done without the thought of whether a decision is good or bad. Imagine what evil and ruin look like in everyday life. When I was young, I ignored all the warning signs I was given and made a decision that changed the course of my life. We all go through tough times in life, but we must remember that what we allow into our lives is what we become. Today, I will tell you about two examples of how easily evil can take over. First, I will explain Aesop's fable, The Swallow and the Other Birds, to demonstrate how evil can grow and cause ruin. Then I will share my own story of my life changing decision, however, less extreme than Aesop's fable. To begin, I will talk about Aesop's story, The Swallow and the Other Birds. The moral of Aesop's The Swallow and the Other Birds, retold by the website Aesop's Fable, retrieved on April 20th, 2023, is destroy the seed of evil or it will grow up to be your ruin. Aesop tells a story of the group of birds who dismissed the advice they were given by the swallow, and whose actions inadvertently lead to their capture. While the countryman is planting the hemp seeds, the swallow tells the other birds to make sure they eat every single seed or they will regret it. The birds dismissed the advice given by the swallow. The hemp grew and was used to make a net, and the countryman captured the birds with it. Aesop's The Swallow and the Other Birds teaches us that if we take advice with caution and get rid of a problem early, then we won't have to deal with the problems later. Let's take a look at a more practical example. At a young age, I ran away from my loving home to a place that did not have my best interests at heart. My family, especially my father, had warned me my whole life to stay away from my mother for my own good. Growing up, I had vague memories of ever seeing her. After sitting at a table on my 6th birthday, waiting and waiting for my mother to show up, my family decided to revoke visitation. As I got older, I had new questions, but I was always given the same warnings. At 16, I ignored those warnings and I decided to make a decision and I ran away to live with my mother. I had to see for myself. After seeing chaos and fighting on my first night there, I immediately regretted my decision, but I had to stick it out because I was way too prideful to tell my dad he was right. As the weeks turned into months, I, an honor roll student all of my life, began failing. I took pride in being smart, so when I began to fail my classes, my motivation plummeted. I ditched school and I participated in activities that the people around me were. I went from graduating early to barely being able to receive my high school diploma. I realized I was never going to make it if I stayed where I was. Luckily, I had some great friends who I could count on to get me away from that situation. Breaking away with little resources at such a young age was hard, but I was able to do it. Even though Aesop's story and the swallow and the other birds and my personal story are very different, they share the same message. Both of these stories have something in common. If evil was destroyed at the beginning and cautions were taken seriously, there wouldn't have been problems coming afterwards. Hence, destroy evil before it can destroy you. Making sure we take precautions before making decisions can save a whole lot of heartache in the end. Thank you. Are there any questions?